Often I'm asked the same question, and the answer to a molecular structured water, it's not bio-water per se, it's the frequency that we creates a molecular structure within the liquid. How long does that molecular structure last? And how long does the energy last within that molecular structure and therefore within the liquid? The answer to that is it depends on the atmosphere that the water is being stored in or kept in. If it's in a neutral atmosphere where there is no frequencies, no disturbances like sunspots, like magnetic fields, like huge electrical impulses, the answer would be probably 50 years, 50 years. But if you store that same energized water in direct sunlight, the energy is disturbed by the far rays, which are negative in this case, and destroys the frequency. So after 8 hours, it doesn't work. The energy is not there. And how I treat energy is it should be measurable, i.e. after 8 hours or 3 days or 4 days, if 4 glasses of water that you've energized a year ago, 8 hours ago, whatever time ago, cannot change something, to me it has no energy. So we know sunlight disturbs the frequency 8 hours, so that's why you can't put this in a swimming pool. It won't work because you've got direct sunlight, okay? So please don't phone me about swimming pools. I get about 100 questions about that every week. We do make swimming pool and spa units, but they're commercial. However, if you then energize the water using this and store it in your fridge, 50 years, neutral atmosphere. Okay? I get, again, a lot of questions on negative water. What is negative? If we listen to the scientists, okay, scientists say that the best water in the world is pure water. And pure water is distilled water or is water called reverse osmosis or RO water. Now that's scientists, but I would argue with the scientists, and I often do. If you take distilled water or RO water and you try and germinate a seed, or you try and grow plants in that, they fail to germinate. Why? That water does not have the natural energy of life. That's my argument. The scientists will come back to me and say, but it's pure. But I say, if it doesn't have a frequency, it's not really good. Now, negative and positive frequencies. Our bodies are all made differently, thank heavens. That's why we're a human race. We're all different. And living in harmony is difficult for some people because they're always on edge, they're always shouting, they're always angry. Certainly by having the biodisc around you or the water around you calms those tendencies for stress. Or wearing the pendant during the day certainly removes or reduces those tendencies. That's just a frequency. We often find that when we have the 4 bottles of water around the bed that we've energized and put the caps on, not always, but often, that we find black dots of carbon in those bottles. When we have it analyzed, we find that it's actually a negative frequency, an electrostatic wave, a microwave of some sort. You're all sleeping in beds, I hope. Some poor people in the world aren't. And with us buying homes or building homes, we often don't take any consideration of where the cables are that are feeding the lights, the air conditioning, or if we're in an apartment block, the cables are running outside the house. If you coil an electric cable up, it gets hot. That's an energy. That's an energy field that's coming into you and disturbing your natural energy. You are not being defragmented by it, you are being fragmented. Many people have sleep but wake up with headaches, they feel tired, exhausted. Many of those people are in the top apartment, in executive homes, in the very top apartment, and right above them are all the air conditioning, all the electro frequencies, everything, and they don't have very good night's sleeps. But don't believe me. Look up on the web and look for E-smog, E-S-M-O-G. Then you will learn a lot more than I can tell you right now in the moments that we have. So you can often see, to reiterate, the E-smog transferred into a black carbon dust into the water when we've separated the water by a meter or more. Holding the water together, you'd never see it. But when we create this tornado of positive energy, it captures that negative E-smog, which is transferred into black carbon dust. Don't drink that water. Keep the cap on. Throw the water and the bottle in the dustbin. Make some new energy water for that bottle that's got the black dust and just place it at the foot of the bed or wherever you took it from. The bottles don't have to be the same size, same shape either. It's just energy we're dealing with. Okay?
Change the bottles overnight?
No. You can leave the bottles there until you get black carbon dust in them.
Okay. Well, I think we've answered most of the questions. I think the general ones.
All right.
So,
Good.
you want to wrap up?
Thank you very much. Thank you for the questions. And I'm sure there are many questions that personally you're wondering why they didn't ask that. Well, there are questions and questions and questions with answers on the QuestNet website. I suggest that you visit that. And otherwise, I'll see you at one of the conferences somewhere in the world, and maybe you're one of the lucky thousands that get up to try and bombard me or one of the team with questions. Until then, God bless you. Stay well. Namaste.